Hi, I'm Bruce Braden. I'm the editor of a book entitled You Will Say I'm No Christian, the correspondence of Thomas Jefferson and John Adams on religion, morals, and values, published by Prometheus Books 2005. I'd like to start off by reading to you today the introduction to my book. I've been a letter carrier in Indianapolis, Indiana for 20 years. Actually, I retired after 27 years last February 2012. Now I carry letters of Thomas Jefferson and John Adams to you. As a young man, like John Adams, I gave some consideration to the ministry. John Adams was born into Protestant Calvinism. I was born into Roman Catholicism. Both of us dismissed ordination vows so that we might have more freedom of thought. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson both enjoyed collecting and reading books, as do I. So it's not surprising that someday, though generations apart, the three of us should come together in what might be called a collaborative work. As a teen, I enjoyed reading books like George Selby's Great Quotations. There was something about discovering the ideas from ages past. I was intrigued that men and women thousands of years before my time, nay, even thousands of years before Christ, could hold such marvelous, well-developed views on life and religion. When I was 31 years old, I was a grad student in personality theory and religion at Christian Theological Seminary, Butler University in Indianapolis, Indiana. During that time, I served as a chaplain extern at Methodist Hospital. There, Reverend Glenn Calkins, my advisor, after listening to me trying to remember and cite quotes I had read, recommended that I quote myself more often, offer up what I believed or knew from my own experience. Well, Glenn was right, to a degree. I did indeed need to know myself better, to trust myself better, and then offer my unique gifts to the world. But one of my unique gifts is my love for discovering and passing on the thoughts of men and women long gone. It is one thing to find your own values, loves, and beliefs. It is then a marvelous thing to discover those same values, loves, and beliefs in the past. Thomas Jefferson and John Adams both had concerns that history might distort truth. Both complained that even the histories of their own day, those written about the American Revolution, were not always accurate. Jefferson's hope was that the letters of the day, the actual letters and documents of people within a certain era, would later be discovered and laid open to the public to reveal the truth of an era, the truth of one person or another. So it was. When I received my master's degree in personality theory and religion in 1982, I made a decision. Rather than go on for a doctorate where I would again be more or less directed in my studies and readings, I would venture into reading and research I longed to do. Like Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, through the purchase of new and used books, I assembled my own private library. I focused on early American history, religion, and mythology. Several times I read the Bible, visually from hard copies and audibly from old books on tape. Likewise, I read religious texts such as the Bhagavad Gita, Dharmapada, Tao Te Ching, Quran, and Nag Hammadi Library. I studied mythology, especially Joseph Campbell's work, and I finally went back to find the actual writings of America's founding fathers and their era, the primary source documents. I was back to the world of quotations, back to the letters of the day. As with the Bible, so too with the Founding Fathers. I had heard so much about what each allegedly stated or required belief in that I wanted to find out for myself. I was disappointed to find that the Bible was not infallible or not without contradiction, though it contains much of value. But I was surprised too. I was elated to find that some founders shared knowledge or beliefs I had finally come to on my own about the Bible, Christianity, and other religions. In fact, on one occasion, Adams tells Jefferson that the reason he found enjoyment and stimulation in their correspondence was because Adams felt that Jefferson would understand what Adams was talking about and where he was coming from. Founders like Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, Thomas Paine and Ethan Allen, though they had respect for many aspects of Christianity, also admitted their own disbelief at some aspects of Christianity in the Bible. For their challenges to Christianity and Scripture, all these founders and others bore the insults and defamation of the fundamentalists of their day. America was first settled by religious dissenters who, once established, did not tolerate religious dissent from their views. Yet when one studies religion for any length of time, it becomes clear that the evolution of religion is but one long tail of religious descent. Judaism arose in descent of various pagan religions. Jesus himself was a dissenter of Orthodox Judaism. Martin Luther rose in dissent of Roman Catholicism. Protestantism, too, has hundreds of dissenting denominations. No wonder it is difficult to define Christian. Dissenters have been and will always be in the world. This book will reveal the dissent in Jefferson and Adams. This book is intended to provide readers with a reference volume centered on the Jefferson-Adams correspondence relating to religion and philosophies to live by. By investing my time in research, I hope to save readers some discovery time. But I also hope readers will be inspired to follow leads from within the letters and the footnotes. Like beams of light jumping all over, the ideas herein should lead readers to begin their own correspondence with others who seek the ascent of the mind rather than its imprisonment. This book should give its readers insights not only into the minds of Jefferson and Adams, but also into the minds and hearts of those they wrote about or quoted. I thank my Prometheus Books editor, Stephen L. Mitchell, for spurring me on to investigate and present the footnotes of the Adams-Jefferson letters. As I prepared the footnotes, it dawned on me that, like myself, Jefferson and Adams, many of the people you will find mentioned therein did their research and writing in their spare time. Most did not earn their primary income from their writings on religion or philosophy. Their careers ran the gamut. There were farmers, statesmen, soldiers, clergy, mathematicians, scientists, teachers, explorers, lawyers, merchants, slaves. Most of these men and women were just curious thinkers and writers who took their experiences of the world and ventured out to find the thoughts of their contemporaries and predecessors. Then, in their own writings, they hoped to influence and shape not only their own eras, but future ones as well. I hope this volume can do the same. I look forward to the progress of the human mind, not its regression, in religion or government. I believe that revelation is ongoing. I believe revelation goes way beyond the Bible or any current revealed religion. Like Jefferson Adams, I respect and appreciate what their generations and all those before them have accomplished. But like them, I expect my generation and those to come to find their way in religion, philosophy, and morals. Jefferson and Adams broke with tradition as much as they dared, but just as they lamented the loss of the genuine teachings of Jesus in the corruptions of Christianity, we must guard against the loss of the teachings of our founding fathers owing to the corruptions of American history. Some will say my work is such a corruption, but it would be even worse to become so mired in the midst of our founders that we fail to move America, the world, the human mind, heart, and soul beyond accomplishments in thought and action. There is a need for revisionist history because, as Adams, Jefferson, and others of their era, like their friend Benjamin Rush claimed, historians don't always give us accurate accounts. When Jefferson and Adams were presidential candidates in 1800, a vote for Adams was said to be a vote for God and religion, law and order. A vote for Jefferson was a vote for no God and lawlessness. The religious test, in spite of the U.S. Constitution's Article 6 clause forbidding religious tests for public office, is still present today. The irony today is that even John Adams might not get the religious vote. It all depends on who is defining what it means to be Christian, what it means to be moral. America is not yet ready to elect just and good men regardless of their religious beliefs. America will know that it has made greater steps towards freedom of and freedom from religion when John Adams and Thomas Jefferson can return to find that America has learned, after a few hundred years, that the whole of religion, philosophy, and morals can be summed up simply in John Adams' words: be just and good. Thank you for listening, and I hope you will do your own reading and research and view the videos that I will present on this book and some of the other writings of Thomas Jefferson. Thank you for your attention, and have a good day or good evening.